Are you busy? There's a high likelihood the answer is yes. I don't know any working person who's not busy, and that's a good thing. What's not so good is if you're too busy. Because if you are too busy to tend to business, it is not going to leave a good professional impression. And you know what? Oftentimes, the one who leaves the best professional impression is the one who gets the business. And that is what I want for you. So I'm going to give you 5 signs that show you are too busy. Okay, and you want to get rid of these signs. Being busy is okay. Sometimes even being too busy is just part of business, part of life. But what you don't want is to display it for the world to see. You still need to tend to business regardless of how busy you are. So I'm going to give you 5 signs that will show you are too busy and you want to get rid of these. First sign is you don't return phone calls, emails, texts in a timely manner. That is not good because the people are reaching out to you for a reason. And when I say people, the 3 primary relationships in business are clients, prospects, and referral sources. They're the lifeline of your business, of your sales. So they need your attention, and they need it in a reasonable amount of time. So to prevent you from not responding in a reasonable amount of time, I want you to create like a boundary for yourself or a rule that you always return phone calls, emails, and texts within 24 hours, period, regardless of how busy you are. Okay, that's going to be your guardrail for not falling off track and getting back when you should, and then leaving a negative impression. Number 2 is your voicemail box is full. Not a good look. This is not uncommon. You call somebody and you can't leave a message because their voicemail box is full. You know what that looks like? It looks like you're so busy you can't even tend to the messages that you're getting. Not a good look. If you have a referral source that's calling you and they want to leave a message because you don't answer the phone and they can't, there's a chance you're going to lose that business, that referral. That is not good. You must make sure you're clearing out your voicemail. You listen to the message, you return the phone call. If you can't return the phone call, you get that information that they left on the voicemail into your CRM. You set a reminder date to respond to their phone call, email, or text. Again, those are guardrails to make sure and boundaries that will protect you from keeping your voicemail box clear so that it does not get so full that nobody can leave a message. That is not good business. Like, nobody should be that busy. Number 3, you don't follow up when you're supposed to. When you don't follow up, it looks like you don't want the business or need the business. And I know that's not true. I'm a follow-up expert. I know when most people don't follow up, it's because they're stuck in a fear. But I know that as an expert. A prospect doesn't know that. A prospect may just be thinking, well, they must not want my business. You know, thesaurus tells us that the antonym to following up is avoiding and forgetting. And that's what it will more than likely look like to the prospect. So you must follow up when you're supposed to, when the prospect asks you to. If you don't, it's not going to be a good look. It's not going to leave a good professional impression. Number 4 is you don't meet deadlines. And when you don't meet deadlines, you're running around with your hair on fire. And it's a terrible feeling when you're not meeting your deadlines. And it's not a good look. And then number 5 is you're always talking about how busy you are. This is not good. You know why? Because it doesn't matter how busy you are and nobody cares. And I know that sounds rude, but it's the truth. Nobody cares how busy you are. If I sat here and talked about how busy I am, I know you're not going to care one iota. And you don't know me per se, you know me through this channel, but even people you do know, there is a very good chance they really don't care how busy you are either. And another reason I want you to stop talking about it is because everybody's busy. So there's nothing special or unique about you being busy. And typically what happens is those who consistently talk about how busy they are, what they're really doing is complaining. And you do not want to be that person. You know, if you're talking, people have become so flippant with this. You ask somebody how they are and they start rattling on about how busy they are. Well, that's not really, I was just really more curious on how you're doing, not how busy you are. Yeah, if it's a good busy and you're talking about you're so excited because you have so much going on, you've got all these great prospects you're working with, you've got a ton of business you're closing, that is great. Carry on, share it, celebrate it. But not the downtrodden, I'm so busy because ... It doesn't matter and nobody cares. So I'm going to wrap up with this question. Are you really too busy? Or are you just not using your time wisely? There's a good chance you may not just be using your time wisely. And that actually can be good news. You know why? Because you can course correct. You know how you start using your time wisely? Get your top priorities done first before you do anything else. Get done what needs to get done so you can meet that deadline. Get that follow-up work done. Return those phone calls, emails, and text messages. Do all of that work before you do anything else. And then you will know that you are using your time wisely. If you're using your time wisely and you're too busy, get help. That's good news. That's a good problem. Get support. Delegate. All right, so be sure to protect yourself from these 5 bad signs. Don't show the world that you are too busy. When you do that, your prospects and clients don't feel important. Your referral sources don't feel important. And that you don't want to do. You don't ever want to jeopardize that. So stay on it. Stay away from these 5 signs. Get your top priority work done first, and everything will work out just great. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.